Hello, I'm romance author Lori Thorne, and welcome to my weekly vlog, Good Time Writing, where I fill you in on what's happened with my writing this week, word counts, weird things that I looked up, and at the end you'll have a chance to vote on your favorite line from my works in progress this week, or you can just skip right there. Whatever you want to do. I'm just glad you're here. There were so many lines this week. It really was a good time writing. There were a lot of great lines to choose from. I hope you like the ones I selected. Anyway, without further ado, cue the visuals. We've got two books that we're tracking. One is Dirty Hands, one is Occult Accounts, and I'll take you through the days of the week here. So on Monday, I did 903 words in Dirty Hands. Fiona comes to Food Oasis, which is a pantry, like a nonprofit food pantry, for the first time, and her crush is there. But it's weird because she's a widow and she doesn't usually have crushes. She's a single mom, and so they get to interact for the first time. That was pretty exciting. I also did 387 words in Occult Accounts, and the conversation that I was writing there is the quest. Oh my gosh. So Hestia has arrived and now she's getting her quest. It was a major, major scene. Tuesday, I did 355 words continuing that scene, and I did 718 words in Dirty Hands, and I looked up big picture thinking in childhood. One of the main characters in this book, Vera, is a very big picture thinker. She's done well in corporate America, but she was always like that. And so I Googled what it would be like as a child. How would that manifest? And it's as an example, it would be like if you wanted to set up the entire play place before you start a game. My daughter does this. She sets up an entire nursery or an entire classroom. She will not start playing before everything is just so. On Wednesday, I did 577 words in Dirty Hands, and I Googled all about North Carolina planting season. Now, if you've been watching any of this, you'll know that I have Googled this at least 4 times before. So are authors smart and retain all of the information they look up? No, or at least I don't. I have to look it up again and again. And I did 121 words, just little. Continuing in Occult Accounts. Thursday, I only wrote in Dirty Hands. I did 380 words, which is not a lot. In fact, I missed my goal several days of reaching 1,000 words this week. However, these were good words. I had so much fun and such a good time, and it made me remember. I personally have a goal to write at least 1,000 words on my writing days. I don't always hit those. Sometimes I go way over them, and I don't beat myself up for it because my trend is around that. And this was very low, but man, sometimes a good writing day is not apparent in the word count, because this was a great writing day. And today, I did 900 words. I focused solely on Occult Accounts because after yesterday, I wanted to have an easy time of writing, and I knew I was at the time where it was just gonna flow in this story. And so what's happening there is that Hestia's love interest is acting like it for the first time. It's so good. It's so fun to write about. And they're in this really bizarre situation where they're in this penthouse and neither of them have ever been wealthy. It's fun. Anyway, here's the totals for the week: 2,578 words, and we're in chapter 18 for Dirty Hands, and 1,763 words, and we're in chapter 9 for Occult Accounts. Without further ado, it's time for voting your WIP. Here are my favorite lines, and it was very hard to pick out, narrow them down to 3. I don't even know if these are my top 3, but they're the ones we're gonna go with. So, number 1, In conforming to their expectations, I became my own aggressor. Number 2. Once, many years ago, their existence was hotly contested, but now people generally agreed there was no such ability, and those who claimed to have the gift were kooks at best and exploitative charlatans at worst. I'm talking about a type of innate called a time reader for this situation. They can read the future. And number 3, whose blank whiteboard aesthetic was this? Surely not mine. Let me know what is your favorite in the comments, and thanks for coming to Good Time Writing.